Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So I'm out here in my garden today and I just wanted to do a video on weeds because it's just, it's something you have to keep up with. It's early spring, really early spring. Things are still just getting planted or things are just now coming up and things are growing. And so it's really exciting to see the garden in this state, but the weeds are also growing and you have to stay up on it. You know, when we first got out to this land, this homestead, there was nothing here. We picked aside a part of land that we wanted to build our garden on, and it was hard clay, just horrible, horrible soil. And so what we did is we decided to do the whole back to Eden garden, lasagna layering, and I have to be completely honest with you, it has worked out perfectly. It's been amazing, the results we've had. Even our first year garden, we changed it up a little bit by putting some manure down first, and we used a variety of manures from our sheep and from a donkey and all kinds of things. But we put that manure down first, we layered in some other things like wood chips and leaves and all kinds of things, and we had amazing growth from that first year garden, and it's gotten better every year. And every year, things do better than others. It's just one of those things that you deal with when you're gardening. But it's worked out really good. Lasagna layering, back to Eden garden method. But there's one thing I want to caution you about. If you're familiar, and maybe you are, maybe you've seen that documentary for the back to Eden garden method or other lasagna layering methods. And one of the claims they make, I have to put some pause on and just, caution you a little bit, because some of their claims when it comes to weeds are just untrue. They'll tell you that by layering these things down with wood chips or whatever else you're putting in, you're going to have less weeds because you're basically going to kill out the weeds from growing underneath and that sort of thing. And the reality is, ladies and gentlemen, is that's not true. It's not true at all. The fact is, when you bring in these different layers, there's seeds contained within the layers. So if you bring in wood chips from some location, there's seeds in those wood chips, and they're going to sprout and they're going to come up. It's happened every year for us. I used to wonder, I'm like, I've covered my garden. I put down newspaper, I put down cardboard. How are these seeds growing up in my garden? How are these weeds getting in here? And I realized, it's coming in with the layers that I'm bringing in to put on my garden. It's wood chips or it's, leaves or, those seeds are getting in there. It's just, there's no stopping it. So, they make the claims that, it's almost weed free and that pulling weeds is very easy, and it is easier. And you do have less weeds. There's no doubt about that. But don't fall for the claims. I think they're stretching the truth just a tad when it comes to saying there's no weeds. Let's take a look at what I got. This guy right here is my Nemesis. And I pull these guys out all the time. They just come up, and I don't know how I describe them. If I let this guy go, what he grows into, I have to kind of dig down, pull him out by the root if I can. There we go. See, I just throw him on the ground and let the sun take care of him. But what he grows into is like this plant, it's about waist high, and it has these, like, I call them just cockleburrs, with these little seed pods with thorns all over it. And they stick to everything. They stick to your clothes, whatever. And it's like these guys, man, they're all over my garden. And I found out, they're coming in with the wood chips. Here's another one right there. Oh, nasty little guy. I just dig down a little bit and there, pull him out. And, this is right here. That there is my fault. That's my fault for putting in passion fruit in my garden. There we go. Those things... That was a mistake. I did videos on that in the past. Hey, listen, if you want passion fruit in your garden, that's great. But understand that you're never going to get rid of it. So I'm like, here's another one. Look at this right here. There, hit that. That's passion fruit right there. If you like passion fruit, great. But if you put it in your garden, I just thought it'd be cool to put in there and put it on some posts. Like here's these posts right here. See these posts? I was going to have them crawl up these posts because they're like a vine and they'll climb up in the post, and that does work. However, they spread via the roots, and once you get them in someplace, you're never going to get them out, and they spread everywhere. They spread just everywhere. Here's another one. Good grief. I'm going to be pulling these out all year, and I'm hoping that by staying on top of it and pulling them out that I'm going to kill the roots and they won't propagate. I'm just hoping. Maybe if you know that if that's going to work or not, leave a comment below. I'd appreciate it. Here's another one. But you know, it's just another weed at this point now that I'm pulling out. If I want passion fruit, I can go down the mountain where I know it grows and dig it up, or pick the passion fruit when I want to eat it. Here's another one of those cocklebur type weeds, you know. And so I just stay on top of this as much as I possibly can. And hold on, let me get the camera turned around here. As much as I possibly can, so that it's not a daunting task later on. Now, how I've done this before is that when the spring is, early spring, summer, I'm picking the weeds as best as possible. But when late summer hits, the harvest is coming in, I don't care. Because what I'm trying to do is make sure these plants don't get choked off, okay? I don't want the plants to get choked off. But once I know they're growing and they're producing fruit and it's time for the harvest, I don't waste my time with picking weeds anymore. I just don't weed the garden because I'm getting what I want, you know, and I probably should stay on top of it full time, but you know, the reality is it just takes a lot of time to come out here and weed this garden every day, and it doesn't get better. I mean, the more time goes on, the more, you know, weeds come up. But anyway, just give you a quick rundown. I got a lot of tomato plants coming up. There's one. I'll be bringing the cages out soon to put around them. And let's look at our garlic over here. Our garlic is looking pretty good. This is some of our garlic. So that's our garlic right there, some of it. And over here I got a bunch of potatoes, and I was looking this over today and I didn't see hardly any potato beetles in here, none. So that's looking excellent. I'm really excited about not having any potato beetles. So, and then over here you got the Jerusalem artichokes, sunchokes. Raspberries are coming in. There were some raspberries on there earlier. There was a red one on that earlier today, and a bird came by and got it. It was a first ripe raspberry. I'm like, I'm gonna eat that. And I got back and it was gone. But there is our row of blackberries, and they're just all in bloom. All that. Those are the thornless variety of blackberries. And here we got some more garlic. Good size garlic right there. That's a big one there. I don't know if you can see that. That's a good sized garlic there. Yep. So there's more garlic. Be harvesting that. Me and Jamie have been eating on that lettuce, having ourselves some salads. And over here we got these Japanese turnips that was given to us by Calvin Bay over at the Master Gardener video you probably saw a few weeks ago, or a week ago. He gave us all those seeds, and I came home and planted those, and those are growing right up real good. I love that. He gave us some samples of that, and I loved it. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff growing. There's our peach tree, doing real well, full out. I mean, he's just growing like gangbusters. So doing really good. There's a lot of stuff coming up. I got beans over there. I got beans, some squash. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I can't. It comes to a point where I can't keep track of what's growing anymore. I planted the popolo today. Achichavs are coming up. This is just the garden the way it is right now. And I got a bunch of tomatoes in the greenhouse that are still growing because I had to start over on all my tomatoes, most of them, because of a frost that came through late. But they'll be ready to put out in the garden. I'll have about 60 plants or so, maybe 50 plants total this year, and lots of peppers. So anyway, how's your garden going? Leave a comment below. I want to hear about it. What's your favorite thing you're growing this year? Any cool experiments you're playing with? You know, leave a comment below and tell me what you're growing. I'd love to hear about it. And you know, maybe if I find it interesting, I'll try to grow it next year myself. I'm always looking for new things. So hey guys, listen, if you enjoy this video, please check out this list of amazing folks. These are patrons that make all of our videos possible. We could not do what we do on YouTube without them. So thank you guys a lot, patrons. If you want more information, you can go to patreon.com/AnAmericanHomestead to see all the benefits and lots of videos that you won't see here on YouTube. All right, other than that, like, subscribe, check out the videos on the left, hit that subscribe button down there below, and we'll see you next time on An American Homestead.